Prince Andrew and Jeffrey Epstein. What do they have in common?
Let's find out.
Last week, President Harris and I...
Alright, so we're pulling up a Newsweek article. It's talking about Prince Andrew and some of the events that might be happening for him soon.
All right.
Very fun.
We kind of saw this one happening, huh?
Oh, yeah. In the aftermath of a decision Wednesday to allow a sexual assault lawsuit against Prince Andrew, the Duke of York, to move forward, his accuser, Virginia Jeffrey, stated that she hopes he will be held accountable for his actions. I hope so, too. Wow. He's a pretty scummy dude, if you ask me. He's not exactly the,
And what makes you say that? Because I don't really have a good background on him besides he was caught in pictures and,
from seeing from the flight logs that I saw, he was a very heavy figure with the flight logs. He was he was up there with the count of people who were on those logs.
Wow.
Bill Clinton, another big name.
Of course.
I wonder how Hillary felt about those trips.
Probably the same way she felt about Monica.
How do you...
Didn't care enough to leave.
How do you stay married to that? I don't know. That's
maybe it was like a cuck relationship.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I was literally going to say, you could tell sex did not matter in that relationship.
Yeah, clearly.
She wasn't his type.
Unless it was an open relationship.
Maybe it was for the money.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Money and power.
Joe Rogan the other day said that Hillary Clinton is beautiful, or was beautiful. I think it was Joe Rogan.
She
was pretty.
She was hot as hell, to be completely honest, when she was young, like really young.
So, maybe it was like an open relationship type of thing.
Time and a lot of stress.
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine, going through all the shit that she does.
Yeah.
Your husband cheated on you with children.
You killed
a White House
10
staff. Man was almost was impeached, but almost removed from office, but wasn't. Then you were Secretary of State. Wasn't she in Congress for a while?
Yeah, she won over New York.
Yeah.
Wow.
Western New York, too, which is a bit surprising, because Western New York tends to be right.
So,
Whoop-de-doo.
She's definitely done a lot. Gotta give that to her. She's been in the system.
Yeah.
Played the game.
Well, she's a politician, so she's played...
Politician.
She's played the game. She's been a part of everything, and she's made all the decisions. Benghazi, emails, all of the decisions. Jeffrey, who is 38, said, "I'm pleased with Judge Kaplan's ruling yesterday that allows my case against Prince Andrew to go forward. I'm glad I will have the chance to continue to expose the truth, and I'm deeply grateful to my extraordinary legal team," who said in a statement on Twitter.
Wow. Good for her.
Yeah. Me too.
How old was she at the time? Or is that later in this article?
Well, when did he start getting, in trouble? Was that, 2003, 2002, kind of? Wow. I think right around that time. So, I can imagine.
20 years ago. So she was, almost not a minor. Maybe.
No, I doubt that she was a major. I doubt she was an adult.
Oh, no, I'm thinking 16, 17, 18.
Yeah. But that's not in most states it's still not age. Jeffrey's statement comes after a New York judge ruled that the lawsuit brought against the prince would be allowed to move forward. Attorneys for Andrew, who is 61, had attempted to get the lawsuit thrown out because of a 2009 settlement with deceased convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein, which stated that it protected anyone who could have been included as a potential defendant. What?
Wow.
Hold on. Why is there any provision protecting any defendant connected to Jeffrey Epstein?
Right.
I think it's more because it can't be brought up under the same case type thing. It would have to be a different case.
That's definitely a good point.
So kind of like a non-Nuremberg trial kind of thing, where it's
you can't just be convicted and tried because this person was. Because you participated in it doesn't mean that you had the same crime.
Kind of like the reason why we had the Ghislaine trial. Because...
Right. So, just because Prince Andrew went there doesn't mean that he should be charged with trafficking. You know what I mean? He just was involved in the
Involved
acts.
somehow, like
Okay,
yeah.
so he'll
Right.
only get the rape charges.
Innocent
He
until
won't-
proven
Right.
guilty, unfortunately.
Right, like I feel like
Fortunately,
it's
but-
more just to be fair on that sense. Like imagine if we
Okay.
charged everyone with
No, that's fair.
like grooming children when they only just went to fuck them. Like they were already groomed.
Yeah.
They were already.
Yeah.
I had no part in grooming them.
Oh no.
I only took part after that.
I can imagine Bill Clinton groomed them though.
Some of them probably did.
He probably gave them some life advice. You know, come
We
sit
should
on my lap.
definitely- We should definitely talk about like the whole list of everybody that was involved somehow, like celebrities that were on it too.
We could pull up the flight logs.
You know,
Yeah.
and
Oprah
then-
was on the list, wasn't she?
She was on the list many
Oh,
times.
of course.
Oprah. That's why I don't know if you guys see these memes, but because I run S&P, so like I see a ton of memes about how Oprah and Weinstein and Epstein, all of them were like connected, and how they all had a part in sex trafficking and sex games and seducing these underage girls.
I'm just happy
Or not
that they have
seducing,
a
but-
voice right now. Like I'm
Yeah.
so happy that they have a voice right now
And
and take
that's-
legal action.
And-
Sadly, it took this long, but at least they're getting something.
Yeah.
Many say that's thanks to Trump. Many say that Trump had been the reason behind us really going after these people, us really going into the investigations into Epstein and all of these other.
It does make sense, because there was that one picture of Trump with Epstein before he banned him from his hotels. So I wonder if they were just trying to pin him into it to get him impeached and removed.
Oh yeah, I can imagine. They any mud that they could sling at Trump, they would.
Just
Yeah,
conspiracies
that's
over
what
here.
they always did.
Absolutely. It's not very fun. It was a very annoying 4 years because it was like.
It really was. Like even I got sick and tired of it as a non-Trump supporter.
Right.
Like
And now, when
I
we do
used
the
to
same
like
shit,
John
they throw
Oliver,
a
I think
fit.
was his name, the British guy,
Mhm.
right? I used to think he was funny in 2016, but then
Yeah.
it just got old so quick.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it got really old. And Trevor,
Trevor Noah.
yeah. See, I don't even know the names anymore because I haven't watched them in years.
Yeah.
See,
Like,
there's a common trope that when you're making a joke, it's best to make a joke about people you like. It's best because then you can actually make a personal. It's not just a hateful comment about
Right.
them. Because at that point, A, you're marginalizing half the people in your audience because, well, maybe not his audience in
Right.
particular, but half the people in the country that you live in. Because half the people voted for him.
exactly.
You know, so it's like it was always, for the longest time, the two things you don't talk about are politics or religion.
Oh,
Religion
okay.
or politics, that's what it is. Which makes sense. I've had some very heated debates about religion with people, and it's like walking away from those conversations, it's like, that was so dumb because he doesn't know, I don't know. We're just arguing about
Stuff we don't know. Really.
Yeah, about bullcrap right now.
Or stuff that's just simple preference and opinion. Like
Exactly.
we're all yelling about, like for example, like pro-life, pro-choice, where it's like it really just boils down to what do they value the most.
Yeah.
You know, do they consider that a human being, or do they consider it as more so the woman's body?
Yeah.
You know,
And-
it's being affected.
And I've shared my opinion on that, and it's, I think I'm fairly rational behind my
Mhm.
opinion, and it kind of follows the Constitution as well, because we've had many Supreme Court decisions that say, okay, abortion is allowed up to viability, but viability has gotten earlier due to advanced medical technology. So I think we should relook where viability is.
Oh yeah, I think we should always be like adjusting things
Right.
as things
Nothing
improve
stays the
and things
same.
exactly.
No. Especially with medical
Right.
and science and stuff, just because everything gets better over time.
Mhm.
Right. Like they're working on 3D printing organs. And we just
Exactly.
started 3D printing in our homes. and we're working on organs.
Exactly.
Not that we haven't been 3D printing in an industrial setting for a while. I think the first ones were like in the 60s.
Hillary Clinton was 3D printed.
She's an AI.
Exactly.
Joe Biden was injection molded.
In spite of the attempts by the defense, Judge Lewis Kaplan stated that the settlement reached with Epstein was not applicable to Andrew's case. This means that the case will now go forward as planned, although the prince could appeal the judge's ruling. Also named in Jeffrey's complaint was Ghislaine Maxwell, who was recently found guilty on indictments related to her role in Epstein's ring of sexual abuse. Fantastic!
Yeah.
Okay, let's get these elitists in this world
Held
who
accountable
are...
for.
Yeah, let's get these
Absolutely.
people
Right.
who are raping little kids to face some legal trouble for it.
I'm glad that it's all going downhill for them.
Yeah.
Like, everything's falling apart.
Thank
Everything.
God.
And this
Yeah.
year, I think it's going to
Finally.
get even worse, too, with
Yeah,
them.
I think.
I think there's
Let's
going to be a
go.
huge red wave. I really do.
Yeah, I think there's gonna be like another great awakening of sorts.
It's going to be beautiful.
Yeah. I think so, too.
Which, another reminder, we said in our last video, go register to vote. Be ready to vote for the midterms. Let's go.
Absolutely. I'm definitely voting. This has been a shit show.
Shit show. We gotta make this better. Let's make things right.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of voting, the whole voting rights stuff going on in Congress today, all this week.
The Dems bill got denied.
Good.
Beautiful.
Even though my previous job, I put in my 2 weeks a while ago, is not requiring people to reveal their vaccine status, which...
We're talking about two different things.
Oh, oops. Oh, well.
We're talking about the voting rights.
Yeah, we were talking about the
Oh,
voting bill.
shit.
Their
Okay.
voting bill.
Sorry, there was a lot going on.
The-
The bill
that's-
and the...
I told you. Okay,
Yeah.
before we started recording this, I was like, there's a ton going on
There
today.
is,
Yeah,
yeah.
there's a lot happening
Okay,
this
well,
week.
that'll be edited out. Thanks, Andrew.
That'll just give you something to do.
Yes, more work. Thank you. But, yeah. Both Biden's OSHA mandate and the Democrats' voting bill got denied today.
As it should. As it should.
How beautiful.
Did the
is it?
voting bill get denied?
Yeah,
Or is it just not going to make it through the House?
it got denied.
Or, no, through Senate?
It went to the Supreme Court.
What's the
denied.
voting bill?
We'll just...
Or-
Yeah, let's look it up.
You know what it is? It's the filibuster.
Yeah.
The filibuster.
And one of the Democrats that would have been key in like passing legislation to get rid of it said that she's not going to vote for it. She's going to vote no.
Whoop, whoop.
So the
Yeah.
filibuster is still
It's
alive.
crazy that for some odd reason there's always just like one or two people.
Now, what is a
just
filibuster
stopped.
exactly?
Okay, very fun. So, have you ever watched Parks and Rec at all?
A long time ago.
Okay, that's not a great example. Okay.
Yeah.
So in a room, in a meeting, like when you're discussing a law that's possible, you can have a person who will just stand there and take up all of the remaining time to vote just by talking. He'll talk about the issue. He'll keep saying,
Didn't Bernie do that for like a really long time, or is that
Oh,
something
Democrats do
different?
that literally for any bill that they don't like from the Republicans.
"Yep," but they want to get rid of it
And so they
because
wanna
they
get
don't
rid
like
of it.
when Republicans do it.
Yeah. Like it's happened
Like,
so
how
many
is that
times
fair?
over
Like,
the past
we're supposed to be
8
team
years.
players. Like, seriously.
Well, 4 years.
It's very culty. It's very
It is.
collectivism-ish.
There you
It's
go.
very collectivistic versus our side that's much more
I
individualistic.
hope if we do take everything back, and I hope that they fucking think that Americans are as stupid as they really think they are. Like, I hope that they really think that they're stupid, and they fuck up and say, well, now we have to keep the filibuster. Just so people can see how much they flip-flop.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
but nobody's going to wake up to it. It's because at the end of the day, our side, not on principles, like the people, don't necessarily change our views, but like if the RNC is deciding on something, like a lot of people will still join in with whatever they say.
There's I think the RNC is thinking of passing a rule like for their candidates for president that they're not supposed to participate in debates anymore.
I would say that's
That was
kind of
another
fair.
thing I saw.
These past two elections, it might just be Trump, but I would say that a lot of the questions were very much skewed towards Democrats and towards how can we make Democrats look better.
I think if anything, the way it should be done is it's questions from the public.
Yeah. Exactly.
That's a really good point. Yeah.
Like,
I think that's actually a really great idea.
It's very easy. You do an app. It's fan voted. It's the most upticked questions get.
Right.
Get the ones that you ask in the debate, and then you don't have to deal with these crony politicians who are making these decisions on what to ask.
Then there's no.
Like, I know that they
possible way.
represent us, but it's like it comes to a point where we
Like,
don't really have
right.
that much of a say.
And who's
still.
making up the questions that they get asked in the debate?
We should
Yeah.
look into. I believe it's the
I feel like it
debate
is
committee.
a survey.
I believe it's the debate committee.
Yeah, they probably do like a survey, but it's like, why aren't you doing like something interactive with the actual voter base?
No, that would be really
Like,
cool.
it's a live event. Why not have people in between each question do
Yeah.
like, hey,
And people
what are
who
some
care are
questions?
involved.
Right. Exactly.
Yep. And you might actually get some real questions.
Right. Not these stupid, like, padded questions to give them buffers to just say some random bullshit that has nothing to do with anything.
An update on Joe Biden.
Wow.
President Joe Biden's job approval rating dropped another 3 points, reported Quinnipiac University on Wednesday. In November, Americans gave him a negative 36 to 53% approval to disapproval rating. His current rating stands at 33 to 53%. His polling numbers have continued to drop at Quinnipiac. The last 7 polls have shown his approval rating dropping from 49 to 46 to 42 to 38 to 37 to 36 and now to a record low of 33%.
Sounds about right.
He's down to 75% in Democrat approval.
Yes, he is. It was 87 before,
Yeah.
and now it's dropped by a whole 12 points.
At least he's not a bad orange man, you know.
I mean,
At least it's not mean tweet.
but you could be thankful that at least 12% of Democrats have woken up.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm very
And
thankful for that.
I can guarantee you it's more.
I mean, you have to be dumb not to. No, well,
Right.
offense. Yeah, really.
I can guarantee you that number is higher.
Right, because this is only a small portion.
Yes. And I've spoken to many Democrats where like I'll post a meme on my regular Instagram where it's like you know that Zac Efron meme, I'll put it up here, where it's I didn't vote for this. Well, you kind of did.
Yeah. Oh, I know what you're talking about.
You know,
yeah.
So it's like, and then that got a lot of hate from some Democrats because it's like, we didn't vote for these policies. And it's like, well, we
You
were
did.
kind of telling you all that
Well, no,
this would
is-
happen.
Yeah, this is how Democrats are. That's just how it is. That's how it's been.
They promise
the
you a
past how
lot
many
of crazy.
decades,
They promise you a lot of crazy stuff.
and it never gets done. Like, never.
Yeah.
And you wonder why all of the big cities are gone to shit and they're all blue. You know, like, it clearly something doesn't work. So if you vote blue, clearly something's not working, and yet you vote for the same shit anyway.
See, and that's where the big phrase comes in with Texas, where all the people from California are moving to Texas, and it's like, don't bring what made your place crappy here.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. I see it on Getter a lot, too. A lot of people are saying the same thing.
Yeah.
Like, just be free to come here, but please don't vote the way you did.
because
Right, like
the
learn
way
from your
But I think
mistakes.
that most people who are leaving are the ones that are woken up. Like, I don't think it's actually liberals, because I think
Yeah,
they're actually
true.
happy where they're at.
very
Yeah.
true.
Like, seriously.
Yeah, people who are like, you know what, I'm coming here because it's a different way of life. It's a different way of governing, and it's a much better form than what I'm experiencing at this very point in time. Which is very good. And you just hope that because Texas got close this year, apparently, you just hope that Texas and Florida and these states where people who are coming from lefty states where they're like, I'm just
Yeah.
sick and tired of this, aren't going to vote in a way that makes their state the same way that they just left from.
Yeah, and also I think the reason why a lot of things are turning blue, like close to blue, like how Texas was, how Florida was, all that kind of stuff. I think a lot of it has to do with psychology, collective mindset, a lot of kind of mind control in a way where they kind of push something so much and so heavily that it just becomes
Yeah.
normal to us.
I think a lot of the reason that we saw Texas kind of get a little bluer this past election, I think it's mostly because of fear. And
Yeah.
like falling for the Democrats' like false advertisement of what COVID actually is.
Oh, absolutely. It
COVID
works.
is
it
what-
works.
What Trump is doing and what Trump did.
Exactly. Anybody that I know from Texas is a little bit older. Like,
Right.
Texas has I'm not saying like Florida
Right.
age old, but I'm saying
Definitely at a higher risk
and
for
it's
COVID.
that, and it's also
That's
just
a really good point.
less time to focus on what's going on, so anything that they hear about Trump might be believed when
Right, like they don't really have time to check into it. They've got other things that they're doing.
exactly. So it's like they won't necessarily fact check anything that they hear, and when the amount of stuff that was fake news, that was just completely false about Donald
Yeah.
Trump throughout his entire presidency was absurd. So it was like I knew so many people that I would have conversations with that would just bring up talking points that were like fake and that were proven fake, and it's like if you really
I'm
watched
guilty of
it,
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think I was
Because
guilty of
it's
that
just
at times.
you
It's hard.
think that you trust
Exactly.
what you're being told because it's what is big.
It's what you hear 70 times, so you believe that it's
Right.
true, but you don't actually, for whatever reason, you don't.
Well, you just don't question it.
Yeah. But then when you actually watch the video of him say this stuff, and it's like, wait a minute,
Yeah, no.
taken into
So
context.
I think a lot of people are waking up today,
Mm-hmm.
I hope so.
and I think
It's
this year,
sad that
yeah.
this didn't happen a year ago.
Yeah. But I think we'll
November
learn.
3rd,
I think people have
2020.
learned. I hope so. I'm being very optimistic about it, to be completely honest.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
I'm hoping. I'm really hoping.
this is going to be a big year for Republicans, I believe. I think a lot of people believe that. It's going to be a big year. I made a post this week about Ted Cruz saying that there's a 90% chance that impeachment proceedings happen if we win back the House.
Good.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
and we've talked about many different ways that Biden can be impeached. So we hope it happens. We believe that it should happen.
But do we want Kamala next, though?
No.
I think if they impeach Joe, they're going to go straight for her next, and then Pelosi after that.
But
I don't think they'd let those three ever.
the other
But
issue,
don't they have to
See.
really do something in order to be
Biden's
impeached?
done a ton of stuff.
Pelosi's obstructing justice on the fucking January 6th stuff by not letting them see her communications between
Yeah.
That's
people
true.
literally in charge of security at the Capitol building.
Who
Yeah.
comes after Pelosi?
I have no idea.
Who comes after Pelosi?
Senate the minority leader, right?
So is that Schumer?
Schumer's president of the majority.
They're all bad.
Oh, so then it would be McConnell
I think so.
or McCarthy.
One of those two, I think. Whoever is
No, McCarthy is the speaker, so it'd be McConnell, right? Because McConnell's the leader. I think. Or is it McCarthy?
I don't know. I know it goes to like someone else there.
Pelosi retiring would be really nice.
It would be. I wouldn't be surprised because right now there's 2 bills to prevent people in Congress from buying and trading on the stock market. Only one of them actually extends to their like immediate family, like children, spouses, stuff like that. So I wouldn't be surprised if one of those 2 passed and she retired, because then what's the point?
Right.
Yeah.
Like, she'll still have all of her connections, and she'll be able to keep her millions of dollars in stock.
That would be the funniest thing ever.
Mm-hmm.
Right. It would really show you like what she really stood for and what she was doing there.
And then at that point, she wouldn't have to release any of her documents.
Yep.
But she would still have tons of connections in politics.
Yep.
So she wants to talk to AOC. Hey, what are you doing? What's going on here? She wants to talk to Gavin Newsom. What's going on here?
Right.
She wants to talk to anybody on the left.
She probably wouldn't even have to do that. She's got contacts in these companies. She's a U.S. representative.
She's got one of those Hillary Clinton email accounts.
Right. Exactly. She probably does.
Jesus.
I really wouldn't be surprised.
Honestly, like...
Maybe it was her and Hillary making their yoga plans. That's what was on the server.
I saw a meme. I think it was today. I'll put it up. Put it up here. It was of. It said Nancy Pelosi's eyebrows go at the same height as her stock portfolio.
Hey, she's gotten me pretty good money recently, so I kind of like what she's doing.
It's beautiful. It's follow whatever Nancy Pelosi does. That I will give.
Joke.
That is
She doesn't
the
even
only
hide it.
financial advice that I will give.
Literally.
She does not hide it. And
Nope.
it's funny because everyone that you see that tells you like who to follow on the stock market always says if you want like guaranteed like anything, just do what Nancy Pelosi does. And I die every time. It's like,
Yeah,
how is
but
that
it's
not
so true.
insider trading?
It is
Like,
so
how is that
true.
not illegal?
I've made a lot on Nvidia, man.
Right.
Like, really?
There was a whole time
You
when
tell me a different stock every single time.
there was a bill
I
that
see
would
it.
like
Oh.
negatively
We talked about
affect
this.
like credit card companies like Visa.
Mhm.
And all of a sudden the bill didn't make it through the House, and Visa partnered up with the House of Representatives for a campaign for something different at some point, I think, and Nancy Pelosi bought stock in Visa like shortly before that.
Wow.
Something like
Wow.
that. Yeah,
Well,
like it.
yeah, I think that was in
I'm
December.
pretty sure that's how
Or no,
it
November.
went, but this was like a while ago.
200K salary.
Yeah,
She must have really saved up.
right,
Sure. Because people can totally save nowadays.
right.
Especially living in California. Let's not forget that she lives
Oh,
in
yeah.
California.
But wants to live in Florida.
Right,
I
she's
want-
already got her
I
retirement home
want
picked
me.
out.
Me. I want to live in Florida.
I'd love to live anywhere that doesn't have an income tax.
Exactly. Plus, no mask mandate, no vaccine mandate.
Yeah, freedom.
Mm-hmm.
So freedom.
Freedom.
Yeah,
Right.
that's why Zach and I actually want to travel to Tennessee just to go to a red state and
Yeah.
see what.
Enjoy
Like
some
we're gonna do
freedom
a
again.
whole
I'm going-
road trip.
I'm
so.
doing a road trip to Texas.
That'll be fun.
Ooh.
I think I will. We might want to plan this out together
Maybe actually.
because I'm thinking about like going exactly that way, like going down to Nashville, going down a bunch of different red states because like I'm
How long would you want to do it for?
I'm graduating. Maybe like a week. I'm graduating this year, so
Oh, we were
I'm
planning.
thinking. Yeah, it's
Like
planning.
a week trip.
It's go place by place, day by day.
Yeah, we were gonna do Tennessee.
Texas is really big though.
Yeah, Texas is huge. Although if you pick one city, I think it'll be okay.
That's what I'm saying. We pick like
Like
a
one city in each of the states.
Dallas or Austin. Ooh, Dallas would be cool because I got a buddy there.
We'll have to figure something out.
We'll
think
plan it out.
Yeah.
Mhm. I think that's
Without
a great
you
idea
guys.
because we were talking about Texas.
Yeah. We were stuck between Texas and Florida, and then we thought about Tennessee because of the music history stuff there.
Yeah. No, you gotta visit. We gotta visit Nashville.
Oh, yeah, we'll definitely talk.
Yeah.
Or
Come over tomorrow and meet Thor and we can talk about it.
Good idea.
we'll put a picture up of Thor.
Yeah, Thor is my
Aw.
puppy. He is the most adorable thing. He sleeps on his back half the time.
Oh,
He's
He
so
sleeps
fun.
with his eyes open.
He does.
Yeah, he's a little messed up.
Yeah, he's a little wonky,
he's
but
a Zach
he's
kind
smart.
of dog.
Exactly.
He's bell trained. He learned how to ring a bell to go outside in like a day. Not even.
There you go. That's he might be. He's smart, but like he's stupid at the same time. So it's
Yep.
Zach.
He's smart in some subjects. He's book smart.
Not really
Yep.
in any other way.
Yeah.
He needs training. Thank you for checking out that clip. If you enjoyed the video, please leave it a like and consider subscribing. You can also check out our most recent video with the link on the right. Enjoy the rest of your day.